Let's write in my journal. All right, so I created this last week and I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling it out. It's actually Friday today, so I am definitely doing back planning this week. I don't always do that. I do not, but this week I was down the shore from Tuesday to Thursday, so I didn't really get a chance to fill it out Monday, and that's okay. I do typically go back and fill out maybe, 1 to 2 days. I'm usually behind, but this time it's a little bit more, and that is all right. So I have Tombow, a calligraph pen by Archer and Olive, and another Tombow, and then a couple of black pens as well. And Wallace is going to join us in a second on the desk. I think he's going to jump up. He's on my lap. I don't know if you hear him. I chose these colors. I was testing colors. I thought these three really kind of matched the vibe of the spread. I was going to go also with the pink, but I decided against it. I think these three are enough. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to set this to music because I just want to sit and fill out my planner without actually talking about how I fill out my planner because it's really relaxing for me. So I hope maybe watching this is relaxing for you. Make sure you stick around till the end because I'm going to talk about everything I did, the pens I used, all of that. Did you guys see it transform like I did? One of my favorite things to do is to write in my journal because I see it just transform into something just beautiful. And just because, like, okay, I know a lot of you are afraid to write because maybe you don't have the best handwriting, you think it's not good, but it's your handwriting. Like, it's yours. And everyone's handwriting is beautiful in its own way. And just getting your thoughts out on paper, filling up your planner with all of your thoughts and feelings and what happened and all that kind of stuff is just, first of all, very, very therapeutic, at least for me. I find even if I am writing just something frivolous, just the process of getting stuff out of my head onto paper and trying to make it look a certain way is really, really fun for me. And it kind of takes me out of my head. It's sort of like meditation, right? So anyway, I like watching it transform. And if your handwriting, if you don't love it, it is okay. Like, you can keep practicing to make it nice, but again, it's yours. If you keep these journals, and you don't have to, of course, but you know, someone looking at it later on will be like, that is, mom or grandma or my sister, like her handwriting, and this is her, That's what I try to say when people complain about their handwriting. Like, it means so much to other people, rather than just yourself. Like, people save cards because it has your handwriting in it. It's special to them because you are special to them. I don't really know why I got on that tangent, but okay. So I want to mention a couple of things about this. First off, I don't know if you've noticed, but I did include a little bit of, even though we went to the beach here, I included a little bit of it on Monday because I'm sort of writing throughout the whole thing. I don't necessarily need to write it on the specific day. This is how I do it. If I had written in on Monday, of course, I wouldn't have included that. I used a Pigma Micron 12 for some of the bigger black lettering. Now, if I'm looking at this, I try to balance that out. I probably should have put something maybe here or over here or something, but it doesn't have to be completely balanced. And then I used Emoji 0.38 for the really small writing because that's kind of my go-to these days. Like, I use this pretty much every time. And as I was writing over here, I was torn. Should I write on this part? I wasn't sure because it's so pretty without writing on that part. I just didn't know what to do. But I also didn't have enough room on some of these days to write in a lot of what we did or some memories. So I decided that was more important than keeping this space clean. So I decided that I would only write on the beach here and I would write favorite moments. Now, I made a mistake. I made a mistake because this is a clear sticker and I forgot because I put it on paper, right? I used a Pigma Micron on here. Now, if you look at it, it's still wet. Can you tell? It's still definitely wet. If I put my hand on this, it's gonna smear it. So I think what I'm gonna do is an experiment and just, let it sit there. I'm gonna let it sit there for however long it takes. I'll put it aside on a shelf or something and see how long it takes to dry. It may never dry. I do not know. And if it doesn't, what I'll do is go back in over it with a permanent marker, or I can put a box sticker on. I'd rather not do that. I could actually take a piece of scrapbook paper that's in this color. I think I still have some scraps left, write it on there and glue it on, which is what I might do if this does not dry. But that's not that big of a deal to me. Okay, excuse Wallace, but we all know he's the star of the show at this point. What I wanted to do is just pop this in here before you saw the rest of the video. In case you didn't watch the rest, I wanted to show you what I did here. So I know I talked about this maybe smearing. It did. It definitely did. My hand hit it, and this was I want to say an hour after I made it, so I don't think it was ever going to dry. But what I decided to do is take some dot grid craft paper, and I'm just going to pop it down on here, and I'm going to use some Tombow mono adhesive tape, I guess, to do it. And I actually think it's going to look better this way. We'll see. I also printed out a picture of me and my parents because I thought it would be kind of fun to have us peeking out of the water there. I don't always put pictures in my journal, but once in a while I like to do it. And I feel like this is a good week to do it. So see, I think that actually looks cuter. So I printed this out. I know it's not perfect. I'm not even going to cut out that white part probably. I sized it down to like fit right here in the water, and then I cut around it to sort of go behind here. So let's just pop this in here too. And I just printed it on like my brother printer. I really did not. I have a Canon selfie, but first of all, like I always forget how to use it because I don't use it very often. And second of all, it's like, it's thicker. And sometimes I like to just pop in little pieces of paper. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll use that, but for other times, I just wanted to pop this in here and put it like behind the sand a little bit. And I cut my dad diagonal to fit in that little space. So, and I know, like I said, I know there's white there, and I might, you know, cut that out with an X-Acto or go in and color it in with the colored pencil or something. But for now, I think it's okay. And there we are, peeking out of the water. Okay, I'll keep going and you can see the rest of this before I actually did this. Time travel. I like the look of the writing down here and not in the water. I feel like it just makes sense. I could have written in the water if I had more to write, but I don't know. I just like that difference there, don't you? I think it's pretty cool. You can also see after I'm filling it in, I tend to fill in the little bits that are white with either stickers from the book I used or doodles. So sometimes I will, you know, do little hearts. Like there was this little space there and I didn't want it there. And again, it doesn't matter. Obviously, like if you have a space there, totally cool. People leave spaces all the time. I just don't because I'm weird. But you know, that's me. And I just wanted to explain how I do it. So I will fill it up with doodles, or I'll take little bits of stickers, you know, and pop it in. Like there was this line there. So I took this little, what is that? Like a piece of coral or something like that, and placed it there. So it sort of disguises that harsh line, right? I also debated, should I write on the side there? If I had had more to write about this trip, I would have written it on the side. If I had more to write in general, I would have written on the side. Now, what I might do even later on, because I'm not done filling out this spread, I have 2 more days. So what I might do when I come back is I almost always have a gratitude list in my planner and in my journal. So what I could do is write a gratitude list here. And what I would do probably is write it this way, vertically, which I like to do sometimes. I was hesitating, should I put stuff on the top? And I kind of like it. I really like bringing that design all the way up to the top. And then here I highlighted May because I thought it looked a little bit boring. Sometimes I'll cover it up and do like lettering or something or stickers, but I thought it looked a little boring. So I decided to jazz that part up a little bit. And you guys, I love it. I love it so much. It's very me. I love the colors. Like this is literally one of my favorite spreads that I've made in a really long time in my journal. I think what it is the colors appeal to me so much. And like the fun, whimsical designs and the florals, like I just love everything about it. I also love the scrapbook paper using this divider. Like it just really speaks to me. Another thing, if I had more to write, and I still could do this, is I could take a little pen and write something. In fact, maybe I will. Right along, not on the white, but like right above the white. I could write song lyrics, or I could, you know, just write another memory or something like that. Song lyrics just kind of popped into my head. I think that would be really cool. Like lyrics from, I don't know, Under the Boardwalk or something beachy, you know what I mean? So that's a possibility, but I guess I'll probably post a picture of this on Instagram after it's like completely done and you'll sort of see what I did. But since today's Friday, I know there's not any room to write here. So if something happens today that's like really important to write in my journal, or a certain feeling or something like that, I'll write it here on Saturday, or I can write it somewhere else. I could even write along here. So I just write everywhere, and I think that's okay to do. Just kind of scrunch in your feelings here and there, you know what I mean? And like just take it to make it like whatever you want it to be. If you don't want to fill it all the way up, don't. But yeah, I like it. So let me know in the comments, like, what do you think of this spread? Did it inspire you at all? I always like to know when, I inspire people, because that makes me happy. That's why I'm doing this. That's what, like, one of the many reasons I'm doing this. I'm doing it to inspire people. I'm doing it, to help other people. I'm also doing it to help myself and just to be, super creative. Like, it's fun for me. So I guess that's all I got for you today. And I'll see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.